Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here for a video on the 90s flavor from the 1990s. This is on the TV shows. Before I start all across the whole entire world, subscribe the video, share the video, push the notifications, and the good old like. Let's start. So, the most famous TV shows that ever aired during the 90s are when nearly all youth back in the 90s. The most top 10 most favorite TV shows of all time were and are still famous still to this day is Friends, Seinfeld, um, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Goosebumps, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, South Park, Mr.Bean, WWF, of course, and Reboot. So for Friends, Rachel, Phoebe, Buffet, Ross, Chandler, and the main casts of Friends. Very popular in the 90s. Now for Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld, George Costanza with his exploding wallets, Kramer of all Kramers, most funniest guy ever. And then you got Lorraine and Newman and the what's it called? The sous chef. I can't remember his name, but it's part of it too. I Afraid of the Dark. Another good one. Back in the 90s, it was a show called Afraid of the Dark. It was about a campfire with teenagers around the fire, telling stories. They use pixie dust to put in the fire, to tell scary stories around the fire pit, tell stories. Some of the actors and actresses during the Afraid of the Dark made appearance. One of the radioactive Broad Street High. All the good old shows back in the 90s with the original white TV days. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, of course, you got Will Smith and Carlton. And his daughter, I can't remember his name. She wants everything, but she couldn't have everything what she wanted. And you got the father and the mother. And of course, you got the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Red Ranger, Yellow Ranger, the Pink Ranger, the Gold Ranger, the Silver Ranger, and the evil villains of Rita and the other enemies that each Power Ranger fought in the 90s. Now there's South Park. You got Kenny. You got Cartman. You got Stan, Kyle, all his parents. Mr. Pooh. Of course, you got Chef and the mayor of South Park. Now for Mr. Bean, he has a really famous sketches from the dentist sketch to the uh, his first Christmas sketch, to one he met Queen Elizabeth II sketch. He went to the pool sketch, and other sketches he made was infamous to this day. And of course, you got WWF Raw, but WWF Monday Night Raw, aka Raw's War, the WWF SmackDown, Thursday Night SmackDown, and of course you get Sunday Night Heat, then Metal, and things Jagged, I believe. Now for Reboot. Reboot is a good one. Has Enzo, has Bob, and other characters I can't even remember. It's been over 29, 20 odd years since the 90s. So yeah, that's the video on the 90s TV shows of all time in the 90s. If you want, I can do a little series on about Power Rangers in real life. Not the show, but in real life. Goosebumps, another one. So Goosebumps, this is like a show. They actually have episodes of each storyline. Goosebumps was a little bit in the darker side of Goosebumps. Not like evil, but the ways they tell stories. Because Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps are mostly for teenagers like us in the 90s, when everything was just normal. But that is it for the video on the most 90s TV shows ever. And it's still on the air still for Friends. That's still on still. Seinfeld is still on. But that's it for the video. Here's my final thoughts all across the whole entire world. Subscribe if you're new. Share the video. Push the notifications. And the good old like. Love and prosper. Peace.